Hey everyone, welcome to Reseller Rowboat. Tonight is my Sunday night live shipping live stream where I show you what sold on eBay and Poshmark over the weekend. Before that, I'm going to talk about promoted listings. Are my promoted listings too high on eBay? Well, I had eBay call me and we had a talk, and I'm going to tell you about that discussion. First, let's launch this Reseller Rowboat. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I hope you're adjusting to the time change. One issue I had the other day, cha-ching. Um, one issue I had over the weekend was setting a sale to start at like 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and to end the next night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But when I tried to end it, it said PDT and it would not take the sale. It said it had to be 24 hours. And I was like, I don't understand. And I talked to a friend who used to live in California, and she said, Beth, PDT is Pacific Daylight Time. So you're going to have to set your sale 1 hour longer, which it's not really longer. And it took it. And so if any of you had that issue, let me know. I need to remember that the next time this happens. I've never lived in Pacific Standard Time, never had that issue. So I want to welcome Glenn. He was first. Hey, Glenn. Did Scott have a show tonight? I didn't get a chance to watch, but I'm assuming he did. Phil, hi. It says to answer your question, yes, I was running 10.2%, reset 3 stores down to 5%, no steady sales. I think the fix is in. Well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. And Craig is falling asleep already, and the show has just begun. I'm taking it that Craig does not like this topic. I'm so sorry. But, and Phil's telling him to wake up. All right. Let's see who else is here. Oh, evening, Beth Ann. Save for the oak pollen. It's been great outside. And I said we're dealing with pollen film on top of our pool. It's gross. Okay. He said he was just kidding. Oh, it's terrible this year, Craig. Everything is bright green and yellow. Yeah, our cars are getting the worst of it. And we have a carport, but somehow that pollen manages to fly under that carport, and I got to get my car washed. I really do. Even if I don't get the inside done, which the inside needs it worse than anything. But so, hey, Maggie. Maggie, I think I found the top. Let's see. I'm hoping this is the one you're talking about. It is a Lori Goldstein logo, extra large. Let me know if this is it. This one, unfortunately, oh no, it does have side pockets. It does side pockets, Maggie. Is this the pattern you were wanting? Just in the nick of time, Maggie, because this was getting ready to go in a reseller box. But that's okay. I have more logo Lori Goldstein to put in there. I finished one box, and right now I'm working on the second one. So if you're interested in plus size clothing reseller boxes, I have one person who has got first pick. I'm hoping to have all those written down and printed out by tomorrow. My boss is out of town, so while the boss is away, the mice will play, and I'm still gonna work, but I'm working on my time. He's coming back Wednesday, so I'll get 2 more days. It's less work for me when he's gone. So tick tock, tick tock. Hope you're doing well tonight, Maggie. No on the end of that. All right. I'm just looking to see everybody's just saying hi, hi, hi. Hey, Devin, I was just talking about you. You get first pick. I got one box put aside. I'm working on the second box right now, and then I'm going to let you pick if you're still interested. Time to sell something. Are you having a crazy wind and snowstorm out near in nowhere in your part of New Jersey? Devin is asking you, Maggie. Crazy winds, but no snow. I think we're going to have to put some water in the pool this week because we don't have rain until Thursday or Friday, and it's starting to get low. We are preparing right now for our entire house to be repiped on Thursday. We will have no water, possibly none on Friday morning. So we're just trying to prep for that and get our ducks in a row. What do we need to get done before all these people invade our house and start making lots of noise? There will not be a hangout on Thursday because of the noise. However, I'm going to try to squeeze one in on Wednesday. So we shall see. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about promoted listings because I guess I'm going to have to put my glasses on. I was looking at my solds the other day and I noticed that a lot of my clothing was selling at a promoted listing of 13%. And I started kind of to panic. I think that I have misspoken in the past to my subscribers because a lot of times I tell you guys my promoted listings are at 13%. But actually, they're not. They're capped at 13%, which means that's the most I'm willing to pay. But if they're capped at 13%, I'm like, so why are so many of my clothing items selling at 13%? That's what I wanted to know. So I had eBay call me to explain dynamic ad rates one more time because it's been about a year since I talked to them on the phone when they called me and asked me if I would try dynamic promoted listings. And I just wanted to make sure that I was doing it correctly. And so I'm going to share my screen and show you what, it's set at. And I'd be curious to know how many of you use promoted listings on eBay. I would think if you're a clothing seller, you probably do. If you sell items that are super unique and there's only 3 or 4 on eBay, 10 on eBay, there's really no reason to promote because you're going to show up on the first page anyway. But if you have Chico's tops and you don't want to be on the 50th, 100th page, it's just imperative that you do it. I mean, it just really is. I'm just going to tell it like it is. And I think most clothing sellers would agree with me on that. So here we have the promoted listings page. You can do the simple, I don't do the pay-per-click at all, right? I don't even know what this is. If somebody wants to do a video on this, that would be great. Somebody wants to do a video on offsite ads. I'm not interested in that at all. But this is where I go. I go to advanced. And when you get to advanced, you can either do fixed rate or you can do dynamic ad rate. Years ago, I was promoted at 1% or 2% above what they called trending at the time. Now they call it the suggested ad rate, and there's no real way to do that. You can't just say, across the board, I want 1% above trending. You have to put a cap on it, all right? And that's what I was concerned about because even when I talked to the eBay rep, he was telling me, he goes, yeah, this wording's really kind of funky. And I can see why you are so confused. He's like, they really, really should have worded this differently. Hey, Kiki's mom, how are you doing, Lisa? Good to see you. What's the weather like there? I bet y'all don't have much pollen this time of year, do you? All right, so I had to, in order to show you this, I actually had to go into my campaign because I don't have anything that's qualifying for promoted listings right now because they're all promoted. So I'm going to kind of explain to you why I capped it at 13. So you can see there it's capped at 13. When you read this right here, it says, set the maximum percentage of a sale you're willing to spend on ad fees when your promoted item sells. Your ad rate will not exceed your selection. That sounds so easy. That means I'm never going to pay over 13%. Then I said, I'm willing to go 2% over the suggested ad rate. And I thought that meant not to exceed 13%. All right. That's what I thought. All last year, I was like, that's what I thought I was told. Well, when you open this box, it says the dynamic ad rate will automatically update your ad rate to match eBay's daily suggestion. You may modify this by choosing a percentage above or below the daily suggested ad rate that you're willing to pay. Now, that right there is what's confusing, that you're willing to pay. Well, what I'm willing to pay is 13%. And it's saying here, sort of, that, I mean, it's almost saying that every once in a while, I would be okay with going up to 14 or 15%. I mean, that's how it's almost reading to me. And that's when I was starting to get a little panicky. To set an ad rate lower than the daily suggested input, a minus before the number. And so I talked to eBay and I said, I don't want to go over 13%. Is this correct? And he said, you are absolutely correct. All right. So there is no such thing as a fixed ad rate. If you have dynamic check, you can either do one or the other. Now, let me explain to you why I did 13%. A couple of years, well, maybe a year and a half ago, I had it at 16%. All right. And I could still do that if I wanted to. Let me put 100 of these up here. I hit view details. These are items that are for sale in my store. And when you go look at clothing, you'll see that the majority of them are at 12%, 12.1. And then you get to an appliance part and it's 9.7, 9.7. And see, here is what I'm willing to pay. All right. If it's 12.1, that means it will bump mine up to 13. If it's 9.7, it will bump it up 2 points to 11.7. It won't go to the 13 because I've only told it they can bump it 2%. So what I'm thinking now, the best thing for me to do is the next time I set my campaign, which will either be tonight or tomorrow. I usually do it every day. I end my campaign for 45 minutes, let it clear out, and I start over. But I haven't done that today yet. So I think the next time I do it, I'm going to change my 13% cap on appliance parts to 10, because as you can see, these appliance parts, there's another one, 9.7. It's like they're all 9.7 on the appliance parts. So why would I change it? But then on the other hand, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I put it at 10, I'm going to go back to find one here. Come on, where's the appliance part? If I put it at 10, then that means the most I'll pay is 10%, and I won't pay that 11.7. That'll save me a little bit of money. All right. If I wanted to set my ad rate cap to 20%, it wouldn't hurt me because I'm never going to go over 20. But there are a few pieces that I have that are very special that may be, there's another cha-ching. There are a few pieces that I have that are very special that probably shouldn't even be promoted, but I try to make it easy on myself and I just promote my whole freaking store because I do this every day. I don't have time to pick out the ones that are special. So I'm not asking you guys to tell me, what your ad rate is, but I am interested to knowing if you're doing the dynamic, because to me, if you're doing fixed, you may be losing some possible money there. If you're doing, let's just say you're doing 15% across the board, which probably not very many people are, you're losing money because for every single sale, it's taking out 15%. So consider doing the dynamic. And I'm so glad that I had this right, because I was a little bit concerned because last month I was telling you guys that my net profit was way, way up. And it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's even, but it's not as high as it was last month. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I wonder if maybe I'm getting screwed in my promoted listings. And I'm going to give you my numbers in just a minute. But anyway, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. That if you think you know what you're doing, but then you second guess yourself, have eBay call you. Have eBay call you. It's really easy to do. Does anybody not know how to have eBay call them? If you don't, let me know in the chat and I'll take you to the page and show you exactly how to do it. Because when I have them call me, it usually says it will take 2 minutes, and they usually call me in less than a minute. So, you know, I'm looking at my screen and my floor is so clear. It's like heaven. I got rid of so many unnecessary cardboard boxes and things like that were just piling up when I had to clear out my office for the guy. And I'm just like so happy. I feel like I can move around now. So Devin says 13% on everything. Okay, Devin, is that capped or is that fixed? Let me know. Definitely 1% above trending with a cap of 13. Okay, so you do 1%. And I used to do like one day I'd do 1% above. I say suggested, not trending. 1%. Then the next day I'd put 2%. And then I'm thinking, Beth, you need to eliminate thinking, Beth. So just every day is 2% above suggested. And lovely. Okay, there is not even a way to tell what the trend actually is. eBay alone seems to pull the number out of thin air. And I agree with that, Phil. It does change daily on mine, but it doesn't change maybe like 1 point. So who knows? Beth, how's your percentage of selling costs look on your eBay reports? I'm going to tell you that in just a second. Last year I was at 49%. This year I'm around 52. It seems so high. Well, I can tell you what my net sales are. My net sales are up, which means my selling fees are down. So I'm getting ready to read my numbers, and that'll kind of give you an idea. And I attribute that, Devin, to the fact that I'm no longer shipping priority. I'm charging the same on shipping. I'm charging $8.99 on anything over a pound, but I have it listed as standard shipping 1 to 5 days, and I'm sending it Ground Advantage, and I get to keep the rest of the money. So if they pay $8.99 to ship a pair of jeans, and it costs me $6 to ship them, then that gives me $2.99 for me. And now the priority flat rate envelope is something like what, $8.30 or something like that. It's crazy, 8 something. And no, I think it's $7.99 maybe. That's probably the padded flat rate has probably gone over $8.30 by now. Anyway, I haven't shipped anything priority since the second week of January, and I think that's really helping me. And nobody's complained about the prices. Nobody's said, well, I don't have how much it cost on my label. I have that taken off so they can't see how much I paid for the label, but I don't know. I put a 13% on everything across the board, but on really old items, I may put 20. Okay. Luckily, Ground Advantage tends to be cheaper even over a pound than the padded flat rates. That's why I'm not doing it anymore. In fact, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these. I have these flat rate envelopes. I probably have 130 of them, and I don't know what to do with them. I may just take them down to the post office and see if they want them. I have no reason to use them. It's amazing to me that jeans can fit in my little poly mailer that I send tunics in. I just couldn't believe it. If they don't fit in there, I have a larger eBay poly mailer, but yeah. All right, let me see what's next on my notes because I don't want to. Okay, so bottom line is I think I may take my appliance parts just to 10% cap, and then hopefully that will save me a little money. Let me go ahead and send out some juju. I'm planning to make a new juju song tonight and a new cha-ching song because we've been working with the same ones and I want some good luck. So let's pull one out here and see which one this is. Okay, as always, let me know if you make a sale during the show, and I will be glad to play a song for you. I also wanted to remind you that this Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central, I'm going to be on Adam's Exploits channel. We're going to be talking about eBay CPR. I'm going to talk about when my store tanked last year from July to December, some of the things I think happened to cause that. I don't know that. I'd have to have a crystal ball, actually. And then some of the things that I did starting in November that I think contributed to my sales just shooting up through the roof in January. So I hope you'll join us for that. If you can't, it's kind of early. Please watch it on the replay. Be sure you give Adam a thumbs up and make a comment under his show. That helps his algorithm. All right. Maggie, did you say that was the top? I don't know if you told me that was the top. Yes, that's it. Okay, so Maggie gets this Lori Goldstein logo, beautiful tunic for $10 shipped. So if you're looking for clothing, be sure you join me on my live hauls, because if the items have not been processed, photographed, measured, listed, you get them for $10 free shipping. That's a really good deal. It saves me a lot of time and space in my inventory room if I can just sell it on air and get it out of here. And I love giving people good deals. So I'm going to keep running my $10 special for a while. Hey, Adam, I just announced the show on Wednesday night. Maybe you could put the link in, though, Adam, or someone, because I failed at that. I sell a replenishable SKU, same item repeatedly, 4 ads per month in 2 categories, 8 total ads spaced out during the month. When I sell similar, the suggested ad rate will vary by 4 to 5%. Interesting. Great for hiding stains when you watch the grandkids. Yeah, that's a really good tip there, Maggie, on that pattern. It is. By the way, if you know Tracy Parks, her birthday is today. I know who she is. I don't know her personally. If anybody sees Rita, please let me know, because Rita had a birthday the other day, and I want to be sure and play a birthday song. Thank you, Adam, for putting that link in there. And I told them to be sure and watch the replay if they can't attend live, and be sure to give you a thumbs up and a comment, because that will help the algorithm on your channel. All right. Do we have any other birthdays that I don't know about? And please put those in the side chat. And now we're going to talk about concerns. All right, so in this community, we continue to pray for and send good thoughts to Pat D's, Cindy Y, Jennifer Hayes, Gina Key Lime Kisses, Adam's Exploits, and Lisa C. I haven't been on YouTube much this week. If there are other concerns that I need to know about, please let me know in the side chat. Let me pull up the comments. They went away again. Every time I pull up my notes, my comments go away. You're very welcome. I guess I missed the promoter listings conversation. I can go back and watch the beginning. Yeah, it was kind of short tonight. I have a feeling this might be sort of a short show because I'm getting ready to show you my solds, and a lot of them are appliance parts this weekend, and some that I just listed on Wednesday. You know, guys, I parted out 8 machines on Wednesday and Thursday. It was awesome, and some of them have already sold. So I'm glad that I had them listed. You know, I've had an okay weekend. Like, it's not been bad. But boy, if you took those appliance parts away, you know. Before I ship, I wanted to share my March eBay numbers with you. I always try to be transparent, good or bad. But this month, my gross sales are up 27.4% from February. My net profit is up 27.7% from February, which means that my eBay fees are lower than my profit. And I've had 5 repeat buyers this month. My top selling items for March so far are tops, pants, and coffee maker parts. So I wanted to start by showing you the appliance parts that sold, because I'm not going to ship them on air because that involves loud tape, bubble wrap, all of that, and I know you guys don't want to see that. So all right, this first item I parted out on Wednesday. It sold for $53.92. And if you were here on my live stream on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever that was, I can't even remember the last time I was on. Whenever I did my haul, I think it was Thursday, I opened the show by showing you this machine and some of the machines I parted out. This is a Breville smart coffee grinder. It only had 2 pieces. I bought the machine for $10 at an estate sale. Will you believe it? I actually went to an estate sale, and I told myself, Beth, I want to get at least $50 for each piece. You know, I am going to have to pay promoted listings. I'm going to have to pay eBay fees, but I would like the actual sale to be at least $50. So you can see here that I had it listed for $69.99, and that was my feeling, is $50. And that's why I priced it that way. And you guys have seen my starting prices sheet before. Now this one sold for $19.12, and it was listed in February. I think this might have been one I had from Kimmy. Let me see. Yeah, this is one I got from Kimmy that I gave her, and then I asked for it back. Why anybody would pay that kind of money? This is a little spindle that you put on in the food processor to hold the shredding blade and the chopping blade and the shredding blade up high. But if you lose that piece, you can't use that blade. So that's why I priced it kind of high. And I was really, but I was still really surprised. And I obviously priced it right. I'm doing comps every single time, being very diligent. All right, I sold Friday a carafe, and this weekend I've sold 2 carafes. This one's going to go in a bigger box because it's taller. So for $34.50, it was listed in February. And it's a Mr. Coffee, a stainless steel Mr. Coffee carafe. Can't find my mouse, sorry. And let's see. Yeah, if it has a picture of the machine bottom, that means I have bought it recently. It's not one that I had given to Kimmy. In fact, I don't think I gave Kimmy any carafes. I think I actually disposed of those before I thought of Kimmy coming over here. They were just taking up too much room. If you'd like to see my new inventory room, I say new, but I had to make room for these carafes, and I had a video about a week and a half ago showing you what I had to do. This is another one from Wednesday. It was listed, it says March, it was listed, it sold for $25.32. This was a Bella machine. I talked about it on my live stream on Thursday. And I typically list my carafes at $32.99, whether they're new or used. Sometimes if they're new, I up the price a little bit. But yeah, that one also just sat less than a week. So boy, am I glad I had those appliance parts. So I think that's all the appliance parts. So I will do those after the show. Let me go and see. Oh, Mike, hi. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Devin. I saw that. Where'd it go? Man, it's jumping around. I just saw what Devin said. Yeah, I was really kind of worried about him tonight. He started coughing really bad, and he had a real bad coughing fit, and it just scares me when he does that. He's got congestive heart failure, so we're kind of at that stage. But he pulled out of it. And one thing he does whenever he has a coughing fit like that, he goes to his bed. I guess that's just like his comfort place. And it didn't last long, but no problem. I just popped into StreamYard Live at 9 p.m. What are you doing tonight, Mike? Beth the Appliance Queen. Everybody's saying hi to Mike. Estate sale. Pick me up off the floor. I know. And the only reason I went, Phil, was because it was in this big industrial building. It wasn't in someone's home. If it would have been in a house, I don't know if I would have gone. But, well, there's Bumcrack Picker. I was in the lurky corner waiting for the ASMR noisy bubble wrap and tape sounds. No, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. My mom's entire business model is based on estate sales. She drags my brother and gets there first to help her grab everything she wants. Glad she doesn't drag me. Yeah, they just depress me, Devin. They just depress me. Well, there's Santa. Santa, I didn't even have to send you a reminder. You showed up. Good for you. Okay, well, let's get to shipping because I got quite a bit. I just noticed I made a sale just now. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to go out and get it. So let's go ahead. It doesn't look like I have any bundle sales. Let me just double check. The lady that wanted me to refund her for something that she didn't even pay for has finally stopped messaging me. I'm so glad. I'm just so glad that she's decided to move on. She's been blocked, so. All right, this first item was listed in February. It sold for $18.55, and I apologize. I have not filled out my thank you notes tonight early. I took a 2-hour nap today, so I will have to fill out thank you notes. But Maggie, I will try hard to mail this tunic tomorrow, but I'm just we're still just a little bit crazy around here. The dogs don't understand daylight savings time, and I don't. Daylight savings time wasn't originally set for farmers so that because they didn't have lights and things, and it made it easier for them to work. And we're past that, guys. Most people have lights now. I think we can vote that one out. I thought years ago they were going to, but they didn't. Christine lives in Port Orchard, Washington. Thank you, Christine. I need to definitely move my drink because it will go on the floor like last time. I dropped my entire Diet Coke on the floor. And I am down 13.6 pounds from January. I don't really feel it, but Janie's doing very well on Weight Watchers, so we're going to stick with it. And I thought to myself, Beth, if you lose 1 pound a week, that's 52 pounds. Like, that's a lot of weight, right? So maybe if I just stick with it and just focus on 1 pound a week, maybe I'll be down 52 pounds. That would be awesome, right? And I don't even want to talk about Barry because Barry is going to have padding this year. Barry is a shrinking Santa. We're going to call him, you need to change your name to the Shrinking Santa. He's doing so well on his eating. I'm struggling with Weight Watchers. It's tough because I don't get very many points. And it's tough. I think I have 4 points for today left, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to eat them or not. So what else is going on, guys? No hurry. Hey, Valerie. Valerie's here. Congratulations. Thank you. Well, it's not a lot, but I'm not really feeling it yet. But I actually have a tub to put these in tonight. I mean, and my trash can is not full, but I have room to put things. And yeah, Barry, tell them what you're doing. Oh, you prefer sexy Santa? Okay, well, that we'll have to talk about that. Did a 100-item listing challenge this weekend. Oh, who was doing that one? Valerie, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you today. Adam, too long of a story. We need to talk sometime. It's Adam, but I don't think she minds. All right, next is a pair of Danskin pants, size 2X. I don't know why I got them. Danskin really doesn't sell that well for me, but they sold for $23.59. They were listed in December. So I don't know. I kind of like this picture because I think, I mean, they're a little bit wrinkly, but I think I gave it a good shot on the gray background. I think it looks pretty good. And I did have someone, a seller on Poshmark, compliment me the other day on my color wheel. And that's always nice when somebody, she said she was doing comps on Poshmark and she noticed my color wheel. And I always like to help sellers out, but all right. I have now inventoried my entire store. Now I'm going to start over. And that's one thing Adam and I are going to be talking about on Sunday night. One of the many things about how I do it and how it's helping me. You're going to hear my dog bark in a minute because she's taking him out. This goes to Margaret, and Margaret lives in Boulder, Colorado. Thank you, Margaret. Picked up a big pile of Amazon 5X hoodies for next fall. Big boy sale. Yeah, my 3XL and up men's shirts are selling, but I've had 2 come back as not fitting, and that's unusual. Men usually don't return things for any reason. So I don't know if I'm not measuring them right or they're just not sure of their measurements. That's one of the reasons why I started selling men's, because I wouldn't get so many returns. I don't think I have any returns right now in my returns box. I do have a case open up against me for a late shipment, though. And I have another lady who's missing 2 items, but it's not Houston's fault because when you go to USPS, they have left Houston. So it's not Houston's fault this time anyway. Okay, this one I took less than I should have for this because I think it just listed it. But yeah, I listed it in February. Cozy Corner, I took $27.89. I had it listed much higher. This is a nightgown, really pretty nightgown. And I love it. It's just so pretty. I don't know why my color wheel is way up there. Usually it's the last photo. But isn't that cute? So that sold in about a month's time. Let's see who gets this one. I'm finally taking advantage of my corporate health benefits and have appointments for everything they offer at no cost this month. Good for you, Lisa. That's great. I know that you enjoy your job because I see you posting. And excuse me just a second. This has to go in a large envelope. See, normally this would have gone in a padded flat rate priority. We couldn't live in Vegas because my wife likes to gamble. I mean, I don't think it would be a problem for her, but I don't know. I don't think so, but it's just better not even to worry about it. This goes to Jane in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. If Craig's still here, do you know Jane? All right, we're going to call it 15 by 12 by 1. Now, if it would have gone in a padded flat rate envelope, it would have been $8.74, but I'm going to pay $6.12. So, and they paid $8.99. The keyboard is getting recycled. Son of a biscuit. I saw a 56-inch pair of shorts Friday night. Had them for a very long time. Cost was $2. Yeah, I sold a couple of pair of shorts this weekend, or this, I think this weekend maybe. And I was thinking to myself, I really don't want to source shorts anymore. I'm not that good at it, except for the torrid distressed ones. And I could use those boxes for more other inventory because I really am running out of room. I went to my items that have been listed 2 years or more today, and I thought, I'm going to get rid of 100 items. Well, I went over there, and some of that stuff is still good. Like, it should have sold. Like, I don't want to donate it. Like, it should have sold. So, I don't know. I think if I just get really, really desperate for space, I'll do that. But I was out there consolidating again today, just trying to make room for floral stuff. I got too many floral things. I was working in my basement earlier and found some inventory I had forgotten about. Oh, that's always fun, Adam. Beth, I'm back to part-time reselling. Rent and inflation are killing my bank account. Yeah, I know you're reselling. I guess I thought you have been doing that all along. But plus, Jax has this high standard of living. Isn't that the truth? Man, they cost so much money. Do you have pet insurance, Lisa? Because if we didn't have pet insurance, we would be in the poorhouse right now. I mean, these vet visits are costing an absolute fortune for Finney, and I'm so glad we did. I couldn't live there. Also, Las Vegas, but too tempting. Yeah, you love Vegas. I know you do. I love the weather. Pickleball starts up again tomorrow, and it's garage sale season. No time for gambling. Yeah, it's just like anything. And Maggie, you've sold shorts too, huh? Yeah, it's just like anything, Lisa. When you live near it, you don't go to it. Only when like you have company in town. And I have some bathing suits I purchased about a year ago. Need to get them listed. Oh, absolutely. Bathing suits have been selling well for me. In fact, you're going to see one tonight that's a 30W Catherine's that sold for less than I wanted, but it's okay. Pet insurance, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's the only way I could do it. All right, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this coming back because it sold for $18.64. I had it priced cheap. I listed it in November of 2022. It was listed, and I remember about 6 months ago, a lady messaged me, and she said, am I crazy, or is that owl off center? And I wanted to say, well, it's probably the way it's on the mannequin, but I'm looking at the mannequin, and this right here is centered, So I took it out of the bag and everything, and sure enough, this frickin' owl is to the left about, I don't know, an inch to an inch and a half off center. So I relisted it, and I put flaw in the title, and then I put owl is off centered to the left. And hopefully this person reads, because I don't want this to come back. I don't want it. I just don't want it. And it's, I sold it for $10.99 plus shipping. I don't know. It was a defect. Okay, Bernadette lives in Michigan. Thanks, Bernadette. I hope you read before you buy. I don't want this to come back. I don't want to have to defend myself on an INAD. I don't have time for that. And I know I would win, but I don't have time for that. So I don't know. Who's got time for that? Nobody. I'm working from home Tuesday. If anybody wants to work with me, I'm going to be working for my boss, but I'm going to have a TV. I'm going to have a card table to my right with my office computer, and so I can work on my eBay and just multitask. That's my plan. So if you are free Wednesday and want to hang out with me, you will probably, I'll probably have to, be quiet sometimes, but, I don't know. Valerie, I didn't call you today because I had so much to do. We had so much going on. I was trying to get that kitchen table cleaned off. I was trying to get everything back into my office and working on reselling boxes, consolidating. I wasn't in here half the time. So I don't think I even have 30 to go live tomorrow. I think I have like 26. I've gotten to the point now where I'm not worried so much about how many I'm having go live a day. I'm not convinced that it's that way anymore. I'm pretty consistent though, but if I miss a day, I'm not worrying about it. I'm reading my daily Stoic, and I'm not worrying about it. So you can only do what you can do. Let's see what we got here. I want to try to, I don't want to miss anybody. Dental was killing me, but fortunately I found a place that's very, very reasonable. Some good things about being older. Yeah, I got into the Cigna dental plan years ago. I don't know if I'm grandfathered in or what, and it was, I want to say it was $32 a month. And then and that was like years ago, like we're talking 12, 15 years ago, I got into that. And my boss takes it out of my salary and then he pays it. I'm not really sure why. I think he wanted Amex points or something weird like that. And then it just went up to $40 a month. But, and I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had anything major. But when that happens, I feel like it's going to help me a lot. Look at all these people coming in. Please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate people catching flaws like that. Yeah, and mistakes. I had a lady message me today on a soft surroundings that was listed as an extra small. But when you look at the size, it's not a tag. It's printed. It says petite in little letters, and then it says extra small. And I missed the word petite. Instead of putting PXS or XPS, they put petite, and I missed it. And she goes, "Is this a petite? Am I right?" And I was like, yes. So I had to go change my listings, and I ended it because I couldn't change it because she'd already been on it. And I told her, I said, "Thank you so much for catching that." Night, Phil. Have a good night. Well, dang it, I'm actually free to work on Thursday this week. Thursday's a no-go here because we will be having people cutting into about 7 of our walls, and they said it's going to be very loud. How did you make out breaking down all those appliances? Oh, I just said that a few minutes ago. I broke down 8. I have 1 left from that group, and then I bought 2 appliances on Friday. One's a dessert maker thing, and the other one the other one's like a little chopper, so not anything really amazing. But all right, these are my shorts. Let me see. These must be on Poshmark. Anna shorts, 6 size 16. They sold for a big whopping $12. Poshmark is just not doing it for me. I'm not even sending. I mean, my bot is sending offers, but usually I go and make sure it sent everything because sometimes it skips some. I haven't even been doing that. It's like I don't even freaking care about Poshmark, and it shows because I'm just not making that many sales. It says that my profit on $12 is $7.03. So if I paid $1, my profit is $6.03. I don't remember. I didn't look to see when it was listed, so I already lost that window, but I've probably had them a while. I mean, I like the extra money and everything, but it's just not. I wonder if they're ever going to let you sell appliance parts on Poshmark. If they do that, I'm screwed because I'll end up cross-posting over there and losing items and, forgetting to take them off. And I don't know. I don't like doing appliance parts, but I tell you what, when they sell, I like the money. So it's the research. I research so much on them. That's what takes so long. But it's a give and take on the clothing. Spring training has started now, and so my wife is starting to watch the spring training games, and that's giving me a little bit of time to come in here and work. I just don't like sitting in this chair anymore. I saw on Instagram, I don't know if y'all saw this, an ad for this yoga meditation chair. It's really cool, where you can move your legs around and stuff. They had it for $39, but when you go to Amazon, it's $300 and something. So I'm thinking that was probably a scam. And I paid a lot for this chair, and I don't know what I would do with this chair if I didn't have it, if I bought a new chair. So I'm just going to struggle with it. It's ergonomic, but I think it is now past its prime. I think I got it 5 years ago, because I know Kelly and I bought the same one. Oh, I just sold a pair of Levi's 311s for $16. Let's just take a look at them while I've got them pulled up. Poshmark. And I got to remember to take it off of eBay. Those right there. They're shaping skinny jeans, and they were listed in March. So they didn't stay very long. I mean, yeah, they weren't listed long. All right. Go back to orders. Thank you, Adam. All right, next one. Okay, this is that Catherine's bathing suit. I just got it recently, and it only sold for $21 because I have Poshmark sending out 40% offers. And I do that because I've tried to have it send out 30% offers, and I get no sales. There's just not enough shoppers over there. And on eBay, I was hoping I would get more, but it didn't sell on eBay. See, it was listed in February, and it was on one of my clothing hauls. I was so excited when I found it. I just listed another one today that was a larger size, but it wasn't a Catherine, so I don't think I'm going to get as much for it. But I mean, hey, at least it sold. It didn't sell on eBay, so got the money, and this thing is thick. So it took up a lot of space. Who does this go to? This goes to, I mean, do you guys pick up sizes like that? Like I hesitated putting sizes that large in the reseller boxes unless somebody just tells me, hey, do you have any 6XLs? I think the most I've ever put in was a 5X. So I had this beautiful Torrid 5X dress. I wanted to put it in a reseller box, but there's so much fabric. It's like a fit and flare and everything. And there's no way I could even, I mean, I don't care about the weight. There's just no way I could get it in a box. No way. Did I tell it to print? I don't think so. We may end up with two. This goes to Sharon in Ohio. Strongsville. Thanks, Sharon. Hope you enjoy your bathing suit. This is a beautiful bathing suit. I was lucky to find it. It was over with the dresses. I remember that. Did I scare you, Callie? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is I'm so happy this sold. This was on one of my clothing hauls not recently, but you probably remember it. Okay. It was listed in February. It sold for $28.21. I paid $1. Some of you may remember this from my haul. And I was so excited when I got it. In fact, I think I wanted to keep it, but it would have been too big. And the picture is so dark. That's when I was having trouble with the light. It's Charms Blow Pops. It's a hoodie. And it was listed in February. And it's just beautiful. I just wish that the picture wasn't so dark. But they bought it, so yay. This goes to Bobby in Virginia. Sorry. Just woke up? Well, you missed all the fun, Craig. I know. I took a 2-hour nap today. So, um, this is the time when I'm glad I don't have small children, because the change in time always was so rough. It's hard enough with the dogs. I mean, I was feeding them today at 5 o'clock, and one of them was just looking at me like, it's not time for dinner. And I was like, well, it is time for dinner, you know. But he ate it anyway, of course. But you could tell he was very confused as to why I was feeding him. All right, this ships for $6.16, Ground Advantage. I used to sit on a stability ball chair when I worked at the university lab until they bought a standing desk. I tried the ball. I fell off of the ball. And my assistant has, my boss bought my assistant. It looks like a spring. It looks like a tube, but it's like springs. It looks like an accordion. She sits on that every day, and we have to, when I come in, I have to move my chair over, and when she comes in, she has to move the springy thing. I can't sit on something that doesn't have a back. I've tried, and the ball actually fell off of and looked like an idiot in the office because one of the girls had one, and so I said, well, let me try it and see before I buy it, if I can do it. And I didn't even last 10 minutes on it. I was like, this is hurting my back. So I have a standing desk over there, but I don't stand up there very long. It's got my work computer on it, but I just can't stand that long. That's why going to the flea market is so tough. I need to go back to that flea market, guys. I sold another 2 parts of the vacuum cleaner. I sold the long tubey thing, and I sold a little cap. I think I shipped it last week, the little cap thing. So I think I only have like 4 or 5 pieces left. All right, I took way too little for this also. Craig, are you still working for AMZ? Nope, been gone from there for almost 2 years. Largest item I have sold was a size 52X pair of Levi's. Wow. Those are tough to fold and get in somewhere in a polymer. I am not picky at all, so don't overthink my box. I'll take plain 5X, whatever. I just prefer 1X and up. Okay, well, I should have this other one loaded tomorrow, and then I was going to let you have first pick, and then the second one I'm going to put out on social media, and hopefully somebody will want it. Message me, though. I haven't, it's not set in stone. So if there's anything I can help you with, if there's a brand that you really, really want and it's not in there, but it's in there on my table, I'll be glad to switch out pieces. It's just kind of take what you can get. Heading out. Hope you can join Beth and me Wednesday night. Be well. Oh, so you prefer 1X and up. Okay, some of the ones in that box are extra large, Devin. Should I take the extra larges out? Maybe I should do that for you. Please message me below, Devin, and let me know if extra large is not good for you, then I will take the extra larges out and I will just consider this your box. I want everybody to be happy. See, extra large is like my most popular size. So I want to get one of those walking pads so I can walk while I work. Oh yeah, those would be awesome. Sounds good, Beth. I'll reach out to you tomorrow. Okay. XL's fine. Okay, because I got some pretty awesome XLs. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, it's really my biggest seller, the extra larges. That's why I just keep buying them. I was down to an XL last year for a little while, and I think this must be a Poshmark sale. I remember I didn't take very much for it. Yeah, so for $10. I mean, I had offered her 15 and she asked for 10. So let me see why there was a reason. Maybe I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know. They were listed in June. So that's why I took $10 just to get them the heck out of there. They're Sag Harbor jeans, straight leg jeans. I was like, she had countered offered at 10. I'm like, okay, just goodbye. Get it out of here. I'm done. I'm probably not going to pick up hardly any jeans anymore. They're just not worth it to me. I can only get 5 to 6 pairs of jeans in a box, and they just take up too much room, and I can't find them. I spend forever looking in the jean sections. I have a 40% off coupon for Value Village I have to use by the end of the month. I'm hoping I can go there and get some appliances, possibly the Value Village has the best sleepwear. I have the best selection of sleepwear I have ever seen in my life. And if I could get another 40% off coupon, I could go to 2 of them and just rake it in just on sleepwear. Like, it's just amazing, the brands I find there. But I only go on 50% off days. And they had Land's End pajama sets. I bought every single one of them they had, and I've sold them all. They had Dreams Company. They had Lane Bryant. They had Catherine's. All these beautiful pajamas. And I'm just like, I am not paying $10 for these. I'm not. It just, ugh. And I was in there the other day looking at appliances, and I thought, well, let me just go see. And boy, they had like 2 rows of them. Ugh, it's like heaven. I think I got that coupon because I am a shopper there, but I'm wondering how they know my address. So I'm wondering if maybe the neighbors got that coupon too. If they did, I just picked up a carafe. I don't want a carafe. If they did, then maybe I can get another one. All right, this is another Poshmark sale. It went for $15. Getting up there a little bit. The bathing suit was $21. And this is $15, which gives me $9.98. Oh, this is beautiful top. And I listed it in June. This is a beautiful Chico's top. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Looks like it's got sequins or some kind of bling on it. Studded. That's gorgeous. I like that. Don't start barking, Callie. This is not a good time to bark right now. Got very quiet in here, I know. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate. I don't want to make a mistake. This goes to Cheryl, and Cheryl lives in... Where does she live? She lives in Frisco, Texas. I don't know where that is, but I've heard of it. Nobody's made a sale yet? Not one person's made a sale yet? How's everybody else's sales? Did you have a good weekend? Because like last week was so good. And I didn't think this weekend would be very good because a lot of people are on spring break, including my boss. And I figured they're traveling, they're at the beach, they're not buying. But I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, it was just an okay, average pretty much week. I accidentally put that in one of my poly mailers. Oh well, it's okay. It's like, I don't know, 5 cents to me maybe. Because I wasn't paying attention. You have 4 going out Monday? And Maggie has, Glenn has 4 going out Monday, and Maggie has 3 going out tomorrow. And so that's slow for you, Glenn? All right, I just listed this, and it was on my haul the other day. So it sold for $25.63. It was on my haul probably Thursday. And it's a Life is Good as the brand, and it says peace out, and it's got a peace sign, somebody holding up the peace sign. Again, that's kind of a dark picture, but I'm looking in there we go. Isn't that cool? So that one didn't stick around long. That one took less than a few days. And it's an extra large. And so I like to, for the big girls, I like to offer things like that. If you're going to bark, go in there and bark. Not here. Baltimore, Maryland. This goes to Cynthia. Never been there. Never been to Maryland. Always wanted to go there and visit David Jeffers. I think he's in Maryland right now, but I think he might be in Virginia now. But he used to live there. Never made it. All right. $5.32 to go to Maryland. That's not bad. I think the best thing that USPS ever came out with was this Ground Advantage. I mean, I'm really liking the prices right now. I mean, really, really, really. Mike, oh, you think we actually sell things? You must have us confused with someone else. You're not selling anything, Mike? I see that Lisa's comment says, I had a very good week, especially with hard goods. I flipped a $6 Hollandwood mill bowl for $90 shipped. Wow. That's awesome. I figure if I got $50 each for that bean grinder, those bean grinder parts, that's $100. Okay. I probably could have sold the whole machine for more than that. But I have no interest in shipping an entire machine. You guys know that. And then if they get it, if it breaks, or they tell me it doesn't work right, then I got to ship it back. And with all I'm even dreading tonight shipping these carafes. I'm just not in it. So I'm going to do it because every time I tell Janya, I'm going to ship in the morning, and then I get up and something's wrong. My Rolo's not working, or the internet's out, or something. And then I get all stressed out, especially when I have to go to work. Sometimes I find good wood pieces that are signed, USA made. Ooh, that's awesome. Be careful going to Baltimore. You will be in a good section 1 second, and next thing you know, you're dead. Really? No one's ever told me that before. All right. I think we have another Poshmark sale here, which means I got to go back to my orders. This is a Lane Bryant top. I don't remember. Yeah, it is. Right. Okay. So for $15, this doesn't really look that familiar. So maybe this is not a recent one. And they all start looking alike after a while. After a while. Yeah, this has been listed since July of 2022. This is why I don't want to get rid of this inventory. Because look, it sold for $15. Like, it's like probably down to $9.99 in my eBay store right now. Nobody's buying it on eBay. All right, but somebody will pay. It's just amazing to me that somebody will pay that. But if they go to eBay, they would get it for so much cheaper. But the lady, y'all remember the lady that I told you bought like 9 things from me on Poshmark separately a couple weeks ago? She's never said anything. Like I expected to get some kind of complaint. Her telling, Poshmark, hey, the seller charged me shipping on 9 different items. Like that's like almost 60, $72 almost to ship those items. I finally quit putting thank you notes in them. I was like, I'm not going to use my thank you notes on 9 items to the same person. She's never said anything to me. I've never gotten a complaint. I don't know. She may have even given me a 5-star review. I don't know. I don't look at my reviews on Poshmark. I see them coming through, but I don't look to see. Like that is shipped. I don't like that 3-hour policy on Poshmark where you can't ship it for 3 hours, because in the mornings when I have to go to work, I want to ship it and I can't because they tell you have to wait. Okay, this sold for $22.63. It's been listed since September. This is a big man's shirt. Harbor Bay has been a very popular shirt for me. Oh, where'd it go? This was a really pretty color. And it's a 6XL, which means I probably got it at Value Village. So I probably paid about $3 for it. I'll look and see if it's in the SKU. But yeah, $3.19. That was from Value Village. So not a whole lot of profit on that one. This goes to Charles. Hopefully this one won't come back as a not fit. I mean, I was really surprised with those. Is one of them up there? I think I got one. Yeah, I got one up there right now. It's a Levi's, and they sent it back. She's so distressed about the possum right now. She just wants to get out there and chase it. All right, we got 11 ounces here. I'm going to check the chat in just a second. Shh. Manchester, Michigan, Charles lives in. Oh, it's Charlie. I hope I put Charlie on the card, not Charles. I don't know. Can't even see. Even with my glasses, I can't see. I sold another Ashley Stewart, but Ashley Stewart's selling for me now, but it's not selling for much. So I think I'm just going to start picking up Ashley Stewart that's just really wowza, bright, blingy. I'm not going to pick up the other stuff. It's just sitting. Come on. I prefer selling parts, nice small packages. Me too. Hey, Rad Relics is here. How are you doing? Isn't it John? Tell me if it's John. I think it's John. It's been a while. Been a hot minute since you've been here. Yeah, Merry Christmas. It's been before then, I think. I'm selling some, not great though. You sold all your knives already. Awesome. Yep, it's John. Okay, and I promise I didn't look at Mike's thing. Not much, just listing. And hey, John. No sales yet, guys. Wow. That surprises me. Because there are 11 people in here, you would think. I just sold this, but I don't have it. It's in the garage still. 21.19. It was listed in August. That's why I took a lowball offer. This is a Torrid jumpsuit. Super soft knits. It is capris, wide leg, tie dye, size 1X. You know, you think that would have sold, but it has wash wear though. So, and kind of color fade. So, I don't know. I'm real bad about looking at stuff like that in the thrift store. I just get so excited. Oh my gosh, a Torrid jumpsuit. You know, Ashley Stewart, they were listed in August. They sold for $20.98. Says I paid $1 for them. And I don't know why. I guess Ashley Stewart is just not that popular in my store. I mean, they're cute pants. They're size 22, 24. I obviously left a comma off right there. I don't think that matters though. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to pick up much. Yeah, I mean, I think Maggie, you said you don't sell much of it, right? Devin, do you sell Ashley Stewart? Like, that's not something I'd ever put in a reseller. But if it doesn't sell well for me, it's not going in a reseller box. This goes to Marie in Brooklyn, New York. All right. Anybody watching Survivor? Oh gosh, I'm blurry again. I am not digging Survivor this season at all. I actually played solitaire on my phone on Wednesday while I watched it because it was so boring. Come on, camera. Come on. I have these listed as 15 ounces, but they're over a pound. So, but that's where Ground Advantage helps me. It's not working. It's not getting better. It's bothering me. Maybe I look better blurry. I don't know. Trying to go in and out. Come on, focus. I don't know why this camera does this. I mean, I've had this problem with it the whole time. If it doesn't get better, I'll turn the camera off and just put my other one on. I don't have that much more. This is the longest it's ever stayed blurry, though. Trying to be very still, but it's not. Anybody got any ideas? It's a Logitech. All right, looks like that is all the clothing. Yeah. And let me make sure over here. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is disconnect this camera for a second. Not doing anything. Sorry, guys. This is weird. Well, I'm here. And so, anyway, you never find Cabin Creek? Huh. You do, but it takes a long time. No, some of it is so cute, but it takes forever to sell. Yeah. I'm going to plug my camera back in now. Hold on. This is so weird. This has never happened before. Right now, Cabin Creek button-ups are selling well on anything, Lens. And I'm telling you what, that Cabin Creek is amazing. I love Cabin Creek right now. I just love it. All right, I'm back. I order wholesale Lands End boxes off Helpsy Source, but they've been sold out for months. Oh, I need to write that down maybe. Helpsy Source. I don't know what that is. I've been in line for that other one. I can't think of what it's called, but they're pretty high. I'll give you the name of it, but they have a waiting list a mile long. Like they've never. It's somebody that either Megan Mawini orders from or Vat is Rad maybe. And I signed up for them at least 8 months ago, but they told me they don't have plus size boxes. Like it's pretty much you get what you get. So I think I'm done with that. I think I'm done with wholesale boxes of any size because I got stuck with so many. But I need to remember Helpsy Source and see maybe one day they will have that. You never find Cabin Creek. I just found one today or Monday. The problem with that is they're not extra larges enough, but they sell almost immediately. One of them was in my haul on Thursday. I'm hoping tomorrow, cross my fingers tomorrow, have a good day. I'm going to get a late start. I'm going to sleep late, have a good breakfast, and work on some things around the house, and then go and try to just go for as long as I can and find some really good stuff tomorrow. Because if I'm not on the clock at 3:00 on the dot tomorrow, it's not a problem because he's not there and there's not going to be anything urgent, right? What happens is if he has a meeting at 3 on Zoom, let's say, and I'm not on the clock, I'm not in front of the computer. If the clients for some reason can't get into the Zoom room or they've lost the password or whatever, my job is to make sure that they get in that meeting. So he's not having any meetings. So I'm good. I'm really good on that. So I'm excited about Monday and Tuesday. There's a big one in Delaware. Really? Huh, I've often thought of doing a day trip for thrifting in Delaware. Oh, can I fly there and go with you, Maggie? I think Wednesday is the day to go. Really? So is it kind of like the Benz, Devin, where you go? Like, how do they do it? Oh, I would love to learn about that. Okay. Well, I don't think we made any sales, if I'm correct. I think this is the second time in a row nobody's made any sales. I'm just flabbergasted. The juju used to work, which means it's time to make a new juju song, and so I will be working on that tonight. Salvation Army is like a Goodwill, but on Wednesday they have their tag sales. Ooh, we have Salvation Army here, and I don't find anything there that I want to pay for. Like the cheapest shirts that I've ever seen there are like $2.50, and they're nothing I would ever want to put in my store. I don't think I've ever bought any clothing at Salvation Army. I've only bought appliances, and they used to have a really good selection of Afghans, the last time I went in there, and it's really far from me, like, it's a big drive, but there's other thrift stores around it that I go to, but I just don't have good luck with, Salvation Army, and I think one time I was in the parking lot, I drove up a couple months ago. I think I had Valerie on the phone, and I was in the park, and I was parked in front of Salvation Army, and I said, "Oh my God, there's a 50% off sign in the window." And I was so excited. And I got in there and it was on furniture. And I was like, crap, you know, I just can't take I gotta get to Austin. I've got to get to Austin, and that's my jam. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to go on the 23rd of March and go to Austin, go to my honey hole, go to the bins, and hopefully come back with a trunk full of appliance parts. That is my goal. But guys, just traveling right now is so difficult with these dogs, and just it's so difficult. Um, you work in the office on Monday and Tuesday. Oh, okay. Crud. I'd love to work with you sometime, Lisa. Me and Valerie and Maggie hang out sometimes during the day, and we work, and I think we get a lot of work done. I feel like we do. I've worked with other people, and nothing against them, but there are some people, I'm not going to say names, I I can't work with because we talk too much. Um, but maybe it's because we've been working together for a while that we already know what's going on in our lives. So, like, we're not catching up and, things like that. But it's a really good work. I used to have working hangouts for my channel, and it just never took off. Like, I'd have one person come in, which was great. I mean, it got to meet some people I hadn't worked with, people I hadn't before, but it was a lot of work to send out the notifications and everything. And so now I just tell you guys, hey, message me, and if I'm working, I'll answer you. My problem is sometimes there's days when I'm in and out, and Valerie and Maggie will tell you I'm in and out of the room constantly. Got to cook this, got to go do that. But as long as you don't mind that I'm not sitting in the chair the whole time, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to get to know you better on a personal level. We have one Salvation Army that's terrible and one that I always find great stuff at. Really? I only know one Salvation Army. Well, no, I know there's another. I know where there's another one. I haven't been there in a long time, before the pandemic. And when I was selling books, we used to get books there. And I like that one better, actually. It's cleaner. I feel safer there. Um, and maybe I should check. I had forgotten about that one. Should go to that one because there's a way to get there from my office. Y'all have really given me a ding. There is a way I can go there from my office. I've been trying to find thrift stores that I can go to on the way home from my office because I have to get home and get in front of the computer. So I just run in. I actually went to the bins the other day. I went to the bins and it was a fiasco. Summer, if you're watching later, your people were not there. Your whatnotters were not there. But I couldn't even find a place to park. There were so many people. Like, this is a teeny, teeny, tiny Goodwill store. And I had never seen so many people in that store. And I went over every bin. There was not one appliance part there, not one. And I was like, okay, it hasn't changed. It's not worth my while. There's a huge Goodwill in Egg Arbor Township, and it's hit or miss, but sometimes I find awesome stuff in there, and it's pretty big. I was in the Goodwill in Hamilton last week. So I see y'all know some of the same places. I've seen your notifications that I want to watch, but I have calls and meetings on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, those notifications are for live hangouts, but I've been having private ones. And I used to send out those through Facebook, Instagram, emails. It took me like 20 minutes to send them out. And so I finally just quit and hit one in Millville on Sunday for $1. Are you going to do a haul video? Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen today's video for Maggie, it's awesome, about her daily routine in the morning. It's awesome. It was very informative. My local one is in Millville, and I have to get there 30 minutes before opening to get a cart. That's what I can't stand, is not getting carts. I'm in Millville local, but live in Vinland now. Did you say Vinland or Vineland? Yes, I was there last Sunday and I didn't get a cart, so just draped the clothes over my arms. They were sore for days after. So that's where you were, Maggie. Wow. Maggie, we need to get together and get on our calendar for our tag talk coming up, okay? Because my next month is starting to fill up for my podcast. Guys, if you want to listen to my OCD podcast, I have a great interview coming out tomorrow. My podcast is Around and Around the OCD Circle. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. I interviewed a couple. The wife has interviewed with me before. She was on the OCD Project, the reality show in 2010, named Tracy. And I interviewed her and her husband, Michael, about their relationship and how they have struggles that they have because of Tracy's OCD and things that they do about it. I asked them questions, and then I also asked my wife the same questions, and she responded, and I read what she said. So if you know anyone with OCD, or you just want to hear it, it was a great interview. It's in 2 parts. And then I also have a 3-part interview coming up with, she's an actress, dancer, performer, environmentalist, and mental health advocate. Her name is Jamie McPeak. It's a 3-part series on self-love. And anyone, not everyone with OCD, but anyone who wants to learn about self-love, self-compassion, it would be very beneficial to listen to those interviews. I'm very excited about these interviews that are going live. You have to get there and get in line. It's so crazy. Yeah, Maggie was telling me, she's like, why are all these people in line? I'm not going to get in the line. I'm going to sit in my car. So, vine like a tree vine. Vineland. Okay. I'll be away this weekend and next, but maybe some weekend in April. That would be so great if y'all could meet up, and y'all need to take pictures and video. Oh, old lady. You look so young in your video today, Maggie. I mean, you do. It's just amazing. Well, guys, I'm going to get out of here because it's 9:30 and I've still got to ship 4 appliance parts. So I hope you also have a beautiful week, and I will try really hard to do a live working hangout on Wednesday. And don't forget, keep paddling because we're all in this business boat together. Good night.